Alrighty, everybody. Welcome to the stream. We are off and roll. Let me mute this. There we go. Okay. So we are recording for This Week in Amateur Radio, episode 1407. This will air today on repeaters and the internet. I should say repeaters all over the world and the internet, as well as a digital amateur television station down in Tasmania, I believe. So this is pretty cool. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get things rolling here. I've got Adobe set up and ready to roll. I just need to get my stories together. Hope everybody's having a great weekend so far. Happy Valentine's Day. Let me see. What am I recording? I am recording 7, 8, and 9 today. Yeah. Get this up. And we're just going to do this. Close that. Close that. Close that. All right. So 7, 8, and 9. Let me get my text here. 777. There we go. Copy. Okay. Make this bigger, obviously. Because who doesn't want bigger text, right? You can't. Okay, you can't rename it. That's the only bad thing. You can't rename it. All right, so that's 7. Here's 8. Oh, that's a quickie. That's a quick one. Okay. Yay! Okay. And then my next story here, which is 9. Oh, we're talking about a little bit about going to mention WKRP in Cincinnati. I only have season 1 of that on DVD. I need to get the rest. Okay, I got that. All right, so I got all that. So we'll make that full screen there. That is my first story, which is 7. Okay. And then what else we got here? I have to do my intro. So let me share my screen. Yeah, allow. And let's see, what do we got here? Window. We'll do Audacity here. Excuse me. All right. We got Audacity up. We got my script on the other screen. I can't do split screen. I wish I could do split screen. That'd be kind of cool if I could do that. So, all right. I don't know what that is. But anyway, we're up and running. So we're ready. Hope everybody's ready. Got my live chat, got this, got that. All right. And this is all in studio, Rumble Studio. I'm not using OBS or anything. This is pretty nice. So I haven't even played around with any of the settings in, let's see, audio controls. Let me check the audio controls. That's pretty cool. All right. The screen, we don't need anything on the screen. So we're just going to close the screen down. We don't need it. Let's see here. Echo cancellation is on. Noise suppression is on. Okay, cool. So I think we're good. I'm going to turn up my internal microphone here a little bit. I've rearranged some stuff here in the home geek cave here, so pretty cool, I think, anyway. All right. So let's do this. Oh, am I not? I could have sworn I was. Verifying, sign in. I could have sworn I was already. Yep. Okay. All right, here we go. Rumble Studio and episode 1407 for this week in amateur radio. We'll start out with my intro. And reporting from our news bureau just outside Albany, New York, in the Geek Cave studios, I'm Rich Lawrence, KB2 MOB. All right, let's give it a listen. Let's see what we get. And reporting from our news bureau just outside Albany, New York, in the Geek Cave studios, I'm Rich Lawrence, KB2 MOB. All right, that works. I need to... What are you doing? What are we doing here? Come on. What the hell here? Is this not like the latest version or something? I don't know. Cut. And report. No. I need this. Okay, look. And report. No. Split clip here. Just split the damn clip. All right. Why is this being... This is being very weird. Am I running an older version compared to the Mac? I think I might be. Effects, no. Generate, no. Tracks. This is very weird. I don't get this. Selection tool, draw tool, multi-tool. I have zero clue what the hell this does. Silence? No, I just want... God, what the hell, man? This thing's a piece of crap. All right. Export audio. We want wave 4800. This is going to be intro MOB. Wow, I can't even type in this thing. What the hell, man? What the hell is going on to this? What the... This is... This is really weird. This is really weird. This is super weird. Why is this not working? This is just very strange. Do I have to restart or something? What is going on? I can choose all of this. It lets me export. God, this is ridiculous. Rename. This is very, very ridiculous. Hang on. I'm going to see if there's an updated version of this. You want to save your project? No, don't save the sucker. All right, maybe it's something with the we'll see. Right now, let me just updates. Chrome is an update. No. Installed. Audacity. Is there a newer version? I mean, I don't know what the hell. Current version is 377. So let's go ahead. Let me see what version I got here. About 375. Maybe I need to update. Let me go to the Snap Store and update. Because, why wouldn't you? latest stable is latest edge. Screw it. Why not? Let's do it. Let's update. Because it's sure as hell acting really wonky here. The Mac version seems a little more polished than the Linux version, that's for sure. But you know what? I'll do the whole screen instead of the just the app. It might have been that. But either way, we'll see what we get here. How's everybody doing today? All right. Still installing. I don't have anything else running, really. I think I do need to clean up this machine, though. I gotta clean up some stuff. It could also be that I'm running version 25 of Ubuntu and it's just a piece of crap. I've been wanting to update to switch over to Devlon with XFC because it literally takes like 200 megabytes of storage of memory to run. It's totally crazy. Permission has been granted. Audio problems may wish to grant access by using the software centers or the Snap Store to add the ALSA permissions to Audacity. It's safe to continue to do so. Also grant permission by running the following command in the terminal. Okay. All right. Fine. I'll do that. Sudo snap Audacity ALSA. What? Oh, sudo snap connect. I missed. Oops. Okay, let's see. No, I don't want to watch the video. I just want my flippin' Audacity to work. All right. Yes, allow, and we're going to do the Huey on here. Boom. All right, that's what we got. Do I need that? Yeah, I don't think I need that. I'm going to take the banner off. I don't need that banner right now. Do you need to see the banner? You don't need to see the banner. You know who I am, right? You know who I am. All right, let's do this. All right, so all right, that's there. So next one is, what was it, 7? Let me see here. Yes, I think it was 7. Let me double check this. Let me double check my mail here. Make sure I got, 7. All right. So I just want to check for the name of the file. That was my concern. All right, where's the text? Boop. Okay, so this is going to be 7. File. Region 1 of the International Amateur Radio Union has been issued a clarification following reports of the prosecution of amateur radio operators in Belarus. In the statement, Region 1 stresses that amateur radio is a technical, educational, and service-oriented hobby defined internationally and emphasizes that while the individuals involved hold amateur licenses, the actions leading to their prosecution fall entirely outside the scope of the amateur radio service. The clarification notes that an amateur radio license does not grant immunity from national laws and does not authorize use of equipment for activities that contravene the legal framework of a sovereign state, adding, "We believe the public narrative surrounding this case has been somewhat misplaced. Region 1 further states that it does not condone or support any actions by licensed operators that bypass legal requirements or violate the terms of their amateur license, and that the situation is a matter of the relevant judicial systems. Speaking of Region 1, the 27th IARU Region 1 General Conference will take place in Vienna, Austria from the 19th to the 23rd of September in 2026. This is a major gathering for amateur radio in Region 1, bringing together member societies from across Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Northeast Asia. While it is where the International Amateur Radio Union Specialist Committees meet to agree to regional policy and priorities, including matters like spectrum, band planning, and operating standards, the IARU represents the interests of the amateur radio service worldwide, including at the International Telecommunications Union, and works to protect and enhance our spectrum privileges. Okay. Oh, this is much better now. So much better. So much better. Okay. I'm wondering if maybe because I was doing the window itself and not the... Yeah. Okay. Well, that was a good read for being cold. So let's hang on. Let's see here. No. Meow. All right, look. Let's go back here. Why is that like... Oh, did I do that? Did I do that? I'm so not used to this. I'm not used to this thing. I'm so used to Adobe. Is there a way to... Yeah. I got to get used to this. Ever since I reformatted my Mac, which was just, you know, it had like bit rot. Everything was just like so bad. It was terrible. There. Okay. So now I want to get rid of that. There we go. Now let's play. Why is my audio going there? Why is it not coming out? Where's my audio? Jesus. Sound. Line out, family. Yep. Input. Yep. I don't get this. I really don't get this. Input device, input volume. Okay. Volume levels. Speech dispatcher dummy. I don't know what the hell that is. Alert sound. No. Test.
Front, left, front, right.
That seems to work. Okay, so why is my audio? Edit. Preferences. Does this have... Is the playback set to the wrong... MIDI, track behaviors, import, output, directories, audio settings. Oh, why is it set to the bent queue? Why is it set to that? What is going on? Did my audio sound that shitty? Really? The sample rate is like... Default sample rate should be this. This is...
Region 1 of the International Amateur Radio Union has been...
Jeez. It never rains, but it pours. Because... What the hell is going on with this, man? Here's my settings. Hate this. Output device is line out. Yep. Okay, that's good. That's set. There's nothing else to choose for output. Okay, so let's fire up Audacity. All right, let's test this. What the hell, man? What the fuck? All right, we're testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, we're testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Holy shit, that's loud. All right, we're testing. 1, 2, 3, 1. Man, that's loud. What the hell? That input's pretty loud. Okay, let me fix the input. Do we need the overamplification? Input volume, maybe? I don't know. Let's cut. Just cut it. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. 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 Okay, so we're all right. So very weird. Very strange. All right. All right, let's do this. Region 1 of the International Amateur Radio Union has issued a clarification following reports of the prosecution of amateur radio operators in Belarus. In the statement, Region 1 stresses that amateur radio is a technical, educational, and service-oriented hobby defined internationally and emphasizes that while individuals involved hold amateur licenses, the actions leading to their prosecution fall entirely outside the scope of the amateur radio service. The clarification notes that an amateur radio license does not grant immunity from national laws and does not authorize use of equipment for activities that contravene the legal framework of a sovereign state, adding, "We believe the public narrative surrounding this case has been somewhat misplaced." Region 1 further states that it does not condone or support any actions by licensed operators that bypass legal requirements or violate the terms of their amateur license, and that the situation in a matter for the is a matter for the relevant judicial systems. Speaking of Region 1, the 27th IARU Region 1 General Conference will take place in Vienna, Austria from September 19th to September 23rd, 2026. This is a major gathering for amateur radio in Region 1, bringing together member societies from across Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Northeast Asia. It is where the International Amateur Radio Union Specialist Committees meet to agree. Okay. That's just bad. That's just bad stuff. Bad juju. This is a major gathering for amateur radio in Region 1, bringing together member societies from across Europe, Africa, the Middle East, and Northeast Asia. It is where the International Amateur Radio Union Specialist Committees meet to agree. Yeah, that's just bad. Meet to agree to discuss regional policy and priorities. Yeah, it's just. It is where the Okay. It's acting weird again. Very weird. All right. It's where the internet. That's bad. What the hell, man? Why is this taking so long to... Jeez, this thing is. Holy moly. This thing. Can I up my headphones here? I can barely hear anything from myself. I'm not even sure if my audio is okay coming out of. Let me check my audio settings here are my audio settings in audio controls okay? They look kind of low. I don't know anymore. This thing's got me all wonkied up. It's got me all wonkied up. All right. Test, test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Hopefully I'm not too low and I'm not too loud. All right. So we'll start from there. It's where the International Amateur Radio Union Specialist Committees meet to agree, discuss. All right, let's do this. It's where the International Amateur Radio Union Specialist Committees meet to agree and discuss regional policy and priorities, including matters like spectrum, band planning, and operating standards. The IARU represents the interest of the amateur radio service worldwide, including at the International Telecommunications Union, which works to protect and enhance our spectrum privileges. All right. This is very. Why is this going so damn slow? This is. Wow. This is just. No, that's playback. This is super weird. Why? It never ran this badly before. What the hell? Nothing works. Nothing. What is going on? Is it ALSA? I bet it's ALSA. I bet ALSA is just has this all monkeyed up. Bet this is just all monkeyed up. Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. I have no clue what this speech dispatcher dummy is. Is there a thing for ALSA in here? Because this is just nuts. Nope. This is just nuts. This is just stupid nuts. All right. I don't need that open. Don't need that open. It's where the International Amateur Radio Union Specialist Committees meet to agree. It's where the International Amateur Radio Union Specialist Committees meet to agree and. This, I don't know what the hell is going on with this. This is just like all messed up. All right, I got to get the hell out of this. Export audio. 7.wave. This is just all messed up. I tell you, man. Seriously. This is just all wonkied up. Yeah, this thing is just. No, don't save it. Jeez. I don't know what's going on with this, man. This is just bad. Discard it. All right, let's get through this. The Radio Society of Great Britain 2026 band plans were published in the recently released February 2026 edition of RADCOM and are now also available at rsgb.org/bandplans. This year's changes in the United Kingdom address a handful of key topics, including updates to the megahertz. All right, stop. Close project. No, we're just going to start fresh here. The Radio Society of Great Britain 2026 band plans were published in the recently released February 2026 edition of RADCOM and are now also available at rsgb.org/bandplans. This year's changes in the United Kingdom address a handful of key topics, including updates to the 5 MHz band plan to emphasize correct operating, which comes in the light of out-of-band FT8 usage and Ofcom monitoring concerns. Updates at 50 MHz have been made to accommodate new repeater inputs, which use a wider 1 MHz split, easing the implementation of their duplex filters. In the 430 MHz UHF band, provisions for low power and ad hoc repeaters and some editorial updates have also been made. This is, fuck it. This is so bad. This is just so bad right now. This is really bad. This is really bad. It's not updating anything. Holy cow. All right, I'm going to close this. I'm going to see if that does anything. Save project before closing? No, don't. Man. Talk about... Holy cow. I probably need to restart this. I think that's probably what I need to do. But I'm not going to restart the machine until I'm done recording. So let me finish this last. Okay. Here we go. Are you in the United States and thinking about starting up a new broadcast radio station? Would you like... All right. Are you in the United States and thinking about starting up a new broadcast radio station? Would you like your station call letters to be WKRP? That famous call sign currently is held by a low-power FM station in North Carolina, and while the station isn't planning to give it up, it would be willing to share if the price is right. The licensee issued this announcement recently. Oak City Media, a nonprofit organization that operated a real WKRP for over a decade, is announcing a process by which certain other broadcast stations can share this nostalgic call sign in accordance with FCC regulations. For 5 years, WKRP in Cincinnati was the fictional, often dysfunctional, setting behind one of the most popular radio station comedies in the United States. Is that all there is to that? I don't think so. Is there more to that story? Because that doesn't make sense here. Let me see. New script 9999989. That's it. That's it. That's the that was the end of the script. Okay. If that's what you say. Export audio. 9. It doesn't update. I don't get that. But it's going. You look at the folder, it's uploading. So I don't know. I don't know. You know what? Let me do this. Let me stop sharing the screen. And let me just try messing around with this. Wonder if it has something to do. It's probably something to do with Pulse. Because this thing, file, close project, save project before closing? No. File, new. Okay. All right, we're just going to start recording anew. And it's just very... the audio levels are very high, but we'll see how this works. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Hoopadoo, 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 hoopadoo. 1 2 3 4, testing 1 2 3 4. Okay, we stop. All right, we're just going to start recording a new. Yeah, that's loud, and it's just very, very. Yeah, the audio levels hollow because I'm not in my regular studio. I think I'm going to have to testing 1 2 3 test. I'm going to have to record in my regular studio from now on because this is very, very hollow, super hollow. I may have to mess around with this or just come up with a way to. Because I got solid walls here, which is going to cause bounce. Which is going to cause slap, and I got a rug underneath me, but I got to have more here. And this is not a quality microphone. The microphone I have over there is way better. Way better. All right. But anyway. All right. So I've finished my recording duties. Let me see if this works. It does not. So I'm guessing this has something to do with ALSA. No. Cancel. Just get rid of it. This has definitely something to do with ALSA, I bet. So I probably need to restart and then play around with it and see if that works. But anyway, so I've basically finished my recording duties. If anybody needs like some voiceover stuff, please let me know. I can, hop in the chat. I can do that right now if you need something. But other than that, I really don't have much else going on here, really. I could show off a couple of things that I'm working on. That's always something I can do here. I think I showed off community bulletin board before. Let me go ahead and allow and back there. All right, let's show off community bulletin board here. Boom. There you go. Why is I you know what? I'm willing to bet it's. Let's do this. Let me ditch that. Let me ditch that, and let me do this. I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised. Let's push this up to here and make this full screen. If I go kiosk. Does it do anything? Well, I can make it full screen here. Doom. There. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. The browsers seem to not like, it just seems to go much slower with the browsers. It looks fine, everywhere else, but I just got a notification from Pickaxe. What did I get? Who's... Anybody say something? Oh, Dara. Dara, are you in my chat? Were you in my chat? Are you watching? I don't know. Maybe he was over watching because there's somebody watching and nobody said anything in the chat. You can feel free to say something, Anyway, there you go. So, yeah, I've been working on community chat or the community bulletin board. There's that. What else have I been working on here? Let me think here. Let me make this. Trying to think what else. It's all in Firefox though. Discard. It's all in Firefox. But let me. Have you played Atari today? New window. Push that up to here. Boom. Let's see here. What else have I got? exe.org. Oops. Games. So nobody's seen this yet. Nobody's played with this yet. Phase Rip Online. This is my superhero MMO that I have been developing. Okay. I can go in with admin here. Oh, invalid credentials. Have you played Atari today? Enter. And there's my test man. So there's the game. There's not much to it. It's all web-based. Move here. There's my guy. See? and it basically runs off of the Marvel superhero RPG rules, basically. So we'll play around with this maybe a little bit later. But there's that. Trying to think what else have I got that I've set up. I'm working on a bulletin board. I'm working on a couple other things. Yeah. I mean, there's. I'm trying to remember what else I've got going on. I don't remember really. I'd have to. Let me go in here and see. Here, let me do this. I don't have any ham radio stuff going yet. Oops. I do have a couple of ideas that I do want to do, but I don't have anything yet per se. Let's see here. Boom. And what else we got? Let's see. Oh no, that's weather. Yeah, I've got my wiki. I got my web. Yeah, so that's really all the public stuff I've got that I got going on right now. A couple other things that I'm working on that I'm not ready to show off quite yet. But well, I mean, I could show off my bulletin board system, my classic that I'm writing. So I mean, I could do that. All right, so let me do this. Let me show this off. Okay, and all right, that's going, and then let me do this. Okay. Boom. And let me push this up to here. And there you go. So this is the control panel for the BBS I am working on. Okay. As you can see, nobody is on it, but if I put, all right, so I got this right here, so I can move this over here, and I will make this smaller here. Let me make this smaller. Zoop, like that. And then I can do this. All right, so here's my BBS terminal software. Here's the BBS itself. It's actually running off, the server is running here in the background. But here I can kind of show you what I'm talking about here. So when I hit this, whoops, wrong one. There, boom. As you can see, I'm connecting. Return to enter to the system. Yes, use my previous settings. So right now, basically, it's just super bare bones. Menus up. There is a simple message base. There's really not much to it. It's still very, very alpha. You can't really do too much with it. And there's some stuff that I'm working on that I'm going to fix. I mean, you can see that the menu is missing, at the bottom there where it says quit scan item number, the menu is missing. So that's got to get fixed. I don't have really much else going on with it right now. You can edit account. Oh, okay. Edit account. My guy. Boom. So you can go in, you can kind of mess around and play around with it. It's basically it's starting. I'm still working on it, but there it is. That's basically it. So don't know why that did that, but okay, whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs that's got to get worked out on this. So, yeah, a lot of stuff that needs to get worked out on. Anyway, that's that basically. And then we'll close that, and then we can just shut that down right now. So, other than that, I can't think of anything else really, that I got going on. There's always Tyler Travis's Travesty Chat, stuff that's going on here. So, yeah. So yeah, this is Tyler Travesty's thing. He's been working on for a while. This is the alpha. We're on the alpha right now. There's really not much else going on in it other than that. So, but some other things I definitely want to work on. I've got other projects and that kind of thing that I want to do. So we'll see how that goes. We will see. But I think maybe I don't know. Maybe today I'll do some. I don't know. Maybe I'll work on the phase rip right now because it's semi set up. I've got a wiki that covers all of that stuff. That will let me work. It's all my internal stuff. This is my internal wiki. Oh, here, let me. Have you played Atari today? There you go. So yeah, this is basically just so I can keep track of stuff. My spinner rack. Oh, spinner rack web. I'm working on spinner rack web. So it's going to be web based, so you can share comics and basically have an online thing. There's my ANET BBS, Fido Man I'm working on, ANET calendar we're kind of working on, but here's phase rip. This page covers everything. There's a table of contents here, accessing stuff, updating stuff, the game mechanics for what we got. And the nice thing is all of the stuff on there is replaceable graphics. So it's just using open source and emojis right now for all of that, just to kind of work with. But I can replace all that stuff later on with my own graphics. And then, of course, we can update stuff. But it's semi-playable. But we're working on it. But that's basically all I've got right now in regards to stuff going on, projects and whatnot. So if you got anything that you want to share with me, you want to bring me in on, go ahead. I'm wide open. So another notification on Pickaxe. Let's see who we got here. Oh, Brett Murphy. Thank you so much. If you were watching, appreciate that. So we'll see what Brett's going on here. Yeah, if you haven't had a chance, go ahead and check out Pickaxe. Let me push this over to here so you can see it. So Pickaxe is awesome. Move this over here. Is an awesome social media platform. There's no algorithm. It's all based on merit, your content creation, free speech. It's awesome. Let me present this here for you. And go, boom. There we go. Boom. There you go. Pickaxe is really awesome, in my opinion. You don't have to worry about being shadow banned or anything like that. It's all based on the quality of your content. So if you've got good quality content, it's going to go far. The other thing too that I like is that you can write articles. I've got a couple of articles that I've already written myself. One that I talked about basically here was, is there going to be another transformation in cyberspace based on a digital detox? You're seeing people kind of straying away from social media. You're seeing the rise of the indie web, like GeoCities websites again. People are getting into that again. They're kind of getting away from Facebook and all that. Honestly, I have barely been on X in, a couple of weeks. I used to get on all the time. I'm barely on anymore. All right. And then I also wrote an article about the TPUSA All-American Halftime Show and how it was a success, even if it didn't beat the Super Bowl's ratings. It took a chunk out of the Super Bowl. It took a bite. You remember that line from Batman versus Superman, the movie? Do gods bleed? Do you bleed? Think about it. Think about it. They didn't have to. TPUSA didn't have to beat them in the ratings. All they had to do was show that it was possible to take a sliver out of it, because that's a big pie that the Super Bowl has. And if you're taking a small slice can be a very big thing. So, and I hear the family's home, so it's probably my cue to hop on out of here. But anyway, I'm trying to get on to stream more, and I'm obviously doing this kind of stuff. So I'm still recording for This Week in Amateur Radio, and I'm doing some stuff over on Pickaxe as well. So you can go ahead and take a look at me over there as well. So in the meantime, though, thanks for checking in with me. I appreciate it. This Week in Amateur Radio, obviously, will be out later on tonight. It'll be available at twiar.org. You can also find it on your local community radio stations, as well as all the podcast venues that you can find your podcasts. And if you are an amateur radio operator, check with your local repeater operator. They may be broadcasting those bulletins on a weekly basis as well. And if you're in Tasmania, check out the digital amateur television repeater down there that actually plays us. I haven't seen the videos from him that he usually reposts them up on YouTube. I haven't seen them lately, so hopefully, I'll have to go take a look and see if they're still out there. But anyway, go check it out. This Week in Amateur Radio, TWIAR.org. And of course, you can subscribe to me here on Rumble as well as on YouTube. And who knows, it may be expanding other places. But go ahead and follow me over on Pickaxe as well. I would love it if you followed me over on Pickaxe. So go check it out, PICKAX.com. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I will catch everybody later. Thanks.